Hey, so here we are again, and I got the valve covers off. I wanted to go ahead and do all that off of camera because they can be a bit of a pain in the ass in this car. Last thing I want you to see is me struggling to get valve covers off for 5 minutes. Here we are. I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is it's not the valve springs. They are fine. As well as I can see them, everything is erect. Oh no, beer down. Everything is erect and conical in good working order like it should be all the way across. You know, none of the rockers or have any kind of weird looseness or nothing in them that I can see from where I'm at. Everything is under tension still, right? So if everything's under tension still and working, that means the problem's not in the valve train on the head side. That's a good thing. Because if I had a collapsed spring or a valve or even a bent push rod, I would have some sort of play on either side, on either the exhaust side or intake side, on the driver's side or the passenger side. But that's not the case. So there's only one other place, well, technically two, but one other place that's going to lock up the valve train from up here, and that's the timing set. So even though I had pulled the sensor out the other day and stuck a bore scope in there and I could see a chain on the cam gear, that doesn't necessarily mean that the tensioner didn't come apart for whatever reason and allow the chain to move on the crank gear and then get kind of goofed up in some kind of crazy spot with the parts from the tensioner falling into the bottom of the timing cover and thus locking everything up. I don't know that yet. That's just an assumption. Because the only thing on the top side that's going to keep the valve train from moving is the cam itself, which the lift is right on. The push rods actuate by way of the rockers, which then push on the springs, which push on the valves. So there's nothing on the top side that is evident to me that would have caused the valve train to stop moving, because it's tight on both ends, like it's ready to spin over, but it's not spinning. When you hit the key, or the button rather, the starter just goes click, like it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't turn. So that tells me there's a good chance there's an issue with the timing set. And that's a much cheaper repair, provided we didn't have any damage along the way when it shut itself. So we have to get it freed up, do a leak down / compression test, and just kind of go from there. But so far, it's at least not as bad as I thought it could be. So at this point, with this much money I have in this valve train,